Hello and good evening. Philip Norton from Norton Trading here, and today we're going to take a look at TNDM. For those of you that haven't been following the videos or haven't watched the previous TNDM breakdown videos, I do recommend going back and watching some of those, especially if you are new to this stock. I know many of the viewers have been watching this over the past several months, even some have been in all the way from down here in the single digits. Profits have been quite nice for them, but for those of you new to the stock, I do recommend watching some of those videos, and it'll get you kind of used to the price action and what kind of movement we have been seeing from TNDM, especially over the last few weeks. Now today, looking at the chart, we had a great move. We definitely spiked up today, and that was on news. Everyone has been anticipating this news coming in, and we've been waiting for it for some time now. Finally got it, and the stock really jumped today, closing the day almost 7.5% up, and that's actually been a nice run up over the last almost week and a half. You can see we did have a pullback from highs up here at 53 all the way down, hitting VWAP but holding quite nicely there, and from then on we have kind of moved up for most days, having higher lows and higher highs. We had kind of a little bit of a pullback here yesterday, but that got bought up quite nicely in the bullish signal, closing at the highs of the day, indicating we'd probably have a gap up at the open today, which we did, and a nice gap and run all the way up to about $49, and then kind of a little bit of fade there at the end of the day. So quite a nice run. Very bullish on the good news. From actually a news standpoint, the raised guidance might have other analysts raising price targets. We know we've had a lot of price targets in the 40s and 50s recently, and so we might see some of those getting raised up here shortly. If we do have those price guidance raises, this run could continue up. We will look from a bullish standpoint. If we break 49, we break highs of this candle, that we should see a run right up to retest highs at 53. It'll be very important to watch that price action as we get up to the highs to make sure we're not having a double top. Again, a lot of analysts' price targets have been kind of in this 50 range, and sometimes when you see as stocks get up to that price target, you know, they might have a little more volatility, pullbacks, things like that. And so, of course, we'll watch this over the next couple of days for that standpoint. But the other, not really negative, but the other point I want to make about TNDM is the look of today's candle. Now, it was on news and it was something that was anticipated of the results coming out today. But this gap up and this kind of run up right up into a dollar amount is something we actually saw just 2 weeks ago, a little under 2 weeks ago, as we had this kind of, we've been trending up and higher highs and higher lows for a couple of days, and then we just gapped up and ran. And that was awesome, except for watch the following days, right? Then we had this big pullback. So I do want people to kind of watch this and watch what happened previously for what we get into tomorrow, right? If we open up and we kind of fail to break highs again, if we start to pull back, you know, definitely look to protect yourself and maybe some defensive positions, maybe buy a put or something like that in case we go back down and retest this trend line. Again, this is on news as opposed to last week's, so I'm not insinuating that that could happen, but it's definitely something we've seen before with the price action for this stock and something you'll want to watch over the next couple of days. Though hopefully tomorrow we open up higher, at least over 48, retest and break through 49, and we can keep this party going. However, it's always good to protect your profits as we move forward. All right, thanks everyone. Enjoy your evening.